Molly Bloom for all 20 years we've produced Bloomsday. And I would go so far as to say there only is one Molly Bloom. Her name is Drucie McDaniel. Please join me in welcoming her.
Why can't you kiss a man without going and marrying him? Oh, first you sometimes love too wildly. And when you feel that way so nice all over, you can't help yourself. I wish some man or other would take me sometime when he is there and kiss me in his arms. There's nothing like a kiss. Long and hot down to your soul that almost paralyzes you. Then I hate that confession when I used to go to Father Corrigan. He touched me, Father. Well, what's harm if he did? Well, and I said, on the canal bank, like a fool. But whereabouts on your person, my child? On the lake. Was it high up? Yes. Behind? Yes. Was it where you sit down? Yes. Oh, Lord, couldn't he have come out and say bottom right out and have done with it? And what has that got to do with it anyway? And did you... whatever way he put it, I forget. No, Father! And I always think of the real Father. What did he want to know for when I had already confessed it to God? He had a fat, nice hand, the palm moist. I wouldn't mind feeling it. Neither would he, judging from the bull neck and his horse collar. I wonder, did he know me? He could see my face. I couldn't see his. Of course, he'd never turn or let on. Still, his eyes were red when his father died. Oh, they're lost for a woman, of course. It must be terrible when a man cries, let alone them. I'd like to be embraced by one, and his vestments, and the smell of incense on him like the Pope. Besides, there's no danger with a priest if you're married. He's too careful about himself. And then give something to H.H., the Pope, for penance. I wonder, was he satisfied with me? One thing I didn't like, his slapping me behind, going away so familiarly in the hall. Though I laughed, I'm not a horse or an ass, am I? Still, suppose he was thinking of his fathers. I wonder if he's away, thinking of me, or dreaming. Am I in it? Who gave him that flower he said he bought? He smelled of some kind of drink, not whiskey or stout, but perhaps that sweety kind of paste they stick up their bills with. You know, that's some liqueur. Yeah. I'd like to sip those rich-looking green and yellow expensive drinks those stage-door Johnny drink with the opera hats. I tasted once with my finger. I dipped it out of that American. He had the squirrel. He was talking stamps with father. It was all he could do to keep from falling asleep. After the last time, after we took the port and the potted meat, it had a fine, salty taste, yes. Because I felt lovely and tired myself, and I fell asleep as sound as a top the moment I popped right into bed till that thunder woke me up. Oh, God be merciful to us. I thought the heavens were coming down about us to punish us. I blessed myself. I said a Hail Mary, oh, like those awful thunderbolts in Gibraltar, as if the world was coming to an end, and then they come and they tell you that there's no God. Oh, wait, there's the church bells. George's church bells, wait. 3/4 the hour, wait. 1 o'clock, wait. 2 o'clock. Well, that's a nice time of the night for him to be coming home at, to anybody. Climbing down into the area. If anyone saw him. Yeah, I'll knock him off that little habit tomorrow. First, I look at his shirt to see. I'll see if he has that French letter still in his pocketbook. Oh, I suppose he thinks I don't know. Deceitful men. All their 20 pockets aren't enough for their lives. Then why should we tell them? Even if it's the truth, they don't believe you. And then tucked up in bed like those babies in the aristocrat's masterpiece he brought me another time, as if we hadn't enough of that kind of thing in real life without some old aristocrat or whatever his name is disgusting you with more. Those rotten pictures of children with 2 heads and no legs. That's the kind of villainy they're always dreaming about, with not another king in their empty heads. Disgust. They ought to get slow poison, the half of them. Then tea and toast for him, buttered on both sides, and new-laid eggs. I suppose I'm nothing anymore. When I wouldn't let him lick me in Hollis Street that one night. Man, tyrant as ever. For the one thing, he slept on the floor half the night, naked, the way the Jews used to when somebody dies belongs to them. And he wouldn't eat any breakfast or speak a word, just wanting to be petted. So I thought, I stood out enough for the last time, and I let him. He does it all wrong, too. Thinking only of his own pleasure. His tongue is too flat. I don't know, he forgets the wet end. I don't. I'll make him do it again if he doesn't mind himself, and I'll lock him down to sleep in the coal cellar with the black beetles. I wonder, was it her, Josie Offerhead, with my cast-offs? He's such a born liar, too. No, he'd never have the courage with a married woman. That's why he wants me and Boylan, though. As for her Dennis, as she calls him, that forlorn-looking spectacle, you couldn't call him a husband. Yes, it's some bitch he's got in with. Even when I was with him, with Millie at the college races, that hornblower with his child's bonnet on the top of his knob, he let us in the back way. He was throwing sheep's eyes at those two doing skirt duty, up and down. I tried to wink at him, no use. And that's the way the money goes. This is the fruits of Mr. Paddy Dignam. Yes, they were all in great style at the grand funeral in the paper Boylan brought in. If they saw a real officer's funeral, that would be something. Reversed arms, muffled drums. Oh, the poor horse that walking in back of the Black Bell Boom and Tom Kernan, that drunken little barrelly man that bit his tongue falling down the men's WC drunk in some place or other, and Martin Cunningham and the two Douglases, and Fanny McCoy's husband, the white-headed cabbage skinny thing with a turn in her eye, trying to sing my songs. She'd want to be born all over again. And her old green dress with low neck. She can't attract them any other way, like dabbling on a rainy day. I see it all now plainly. And they call that friendship? Killing? And then burying each other? And they with their wives and their families at home. More especially Jack Power. Keeping that barmaid he does. His wife is, of course, she's always getting sick. Or she's going to be sick. Or she's just getting better of it. He is a good-looking man, too, still. He's getting a gray with the ears. They're nice, all of them. They're not going to my husband into their face if I can make him dent back. Oh, well, he goes on idiotic.
Besides, my face was turned the other way. The seventh card, after that went out, the ten of spades, for a journey by land. And then there was a letter on the way, and scandals too. Oh, the Queen and the Eight of Diamonds for Horizon Society. Yes, when it all came out. And two red eights for new garments. Look at that. And didn't I dream something too? Yes. And there was something about poetry in it. I hope he hasn't got the long, greasy hair hanging in his eyes or standing up like a red Indian. What do they go about like that for? Only getting themselves and their poetry laughed at. I always liked poetry when I was a girl. First I thought he was a poet. And then, like Lord Byron, not 1 ounce of it in his composition. I thought he was quite different. I thought he was quite different. I wondered is he too young? He's about, 88. Millie's 15 yesterday, 89. So what age was he? He still is. 6 or about? 88. Well, I suppose he's 20 or more. So I'm not too old for him then. If he's 23 and 24, I hope he's not that stuck-up university sort, no. Otherwise, he wouldn't go sitting with him down in the kitchen taking Epsis cocoa and talking. Of course, he pretended to understand it all. He probably told him he was a professor out of Trinity College. He's very young to be a professor. I hope he's not a professor like Goodwin was. He was a poet and professor of John Jameson. They all write about some woman in their poetry. Well, I suppose he won't find many like me. Where softly sighs of love, the light guitar, where poetry is in the air,
the blue sea, and the moon shining so beautifully, coming back on the night boat from Tarifa. The lighthouse at Europa Point, and the guitar that fella played so beautifully, so expressive. Will I ever go back there again? Oh, all new faces. Two glancing eyes on lattice hill. I'll sing that for him. They're my eyes, if he's anything of a poet. Two eyes as darkly bright as love's own star. Aren't those beautiful words? As love's young star. It'll be a change, the Lord knows, to have an intelligent person to tell about to yourself, not always listening to him, and Billy Prescott's ads, and the Keys' ads, and Tom the Devil's ads, and then if anything goes wrong in their business, we have to suffer. I'm sure he's very distinguished. I'd like to meet a man like that. God, not like those other rock. Besides, he is young. Like those fine young men I could see down in Margaret Strand bathing place from the side of the rock, standing up in the sun, naked like a god or something, and then plunging into the sea with them. Why aren't all men like that? There'd be some consolation for a woman, like that lovely little statue that he brought. I could look at him all day long. Curly head, and his shoulders, and his fingers up for you to listen. Now there's real beauty for you, and poetry too. I often felt I wanted to kiss him all over. His lovely young cock there. So simple. I wouldn't mind taking him in my mouth. Nobody was looking. It's as if it was asking you to suck it. So clean and white he looks with his boyish face. I would too, in half a minute, even if some of it went down. What? It's only like gruel. Or the dew. There's no danger. Besides, he'd be so clean compared to those pigs of men, I suppose. Never dream of washing it from one year's end to the other, or most of them. Only, that's what gives women the mustaches, I'm sure. I'm sure it'll be grand if I can only get with a handsome young poet at my age. I'll throw them the first thing in the morning, till I see if the wish card comes out. Or I'll try pairing the lady herself, and I'll see if he comes out. I'll read, I'll study all I can. If I find I'll learn a bit off by heart, if I knew who he likes. So, he won't think me stupid. Well, if he thinks all women are the same, I teach him a thing or two. What about the other part? I'll make him feel all over until he half faints under me. And then he'll write about me, and it will be lover, public, mistress, lover, and mistress publicly too, with our two photographs in all the papers when he becomes famous. Oh, but what am I going to do about him? No. 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 That's no way for him. Has he no manners? No refinement, no, nothing in his nature slapping me like that on my bottom because I didn't call him Hugh. Ignoramus, doesn't know poetry, my cabbage. That's what you get for not keeping them in their proper place. Pulling off his shoes and trousers there on the chair before me, so barefaced, without even asking permission. Standing out in that vulgar way in the half of a shirt they wear to be admired like what? Like a priest or a butcher, or those old hypocrites in the time of Julius Caesar. Of course, he's right enough in his way to pass the time. As a joke. No, you might as well be in bed with what? With a lion. I'm sure he'd have something better to say for himself, an old lion would. Oh, well. I suppose it's because they were so plump and tempting. In my short petticoat, he couldn't resist. They excite me sometimes. It's well for men. All the pleasure they get out of a woman's body. We're so round and white. For them always. I wished I was one myself. For a change, just to try, with that thing they have. Swelling up on you, so hard, and at the same time so soft when you touch it. My Uncle John has a thing on. I heard those corner boys saying, passing the corner of Marrowbone Lane, my Aunt Mary has a thing hairy, because it was dark. They knew a girl was passing. It didn't make me blush. Why should it either? It's only nature. And he puts his thing long into my Aunt Mary's hairy, etc. And it turns out you put the handle in a sweeping brush. Men all over, they can pick and choose what they please. A married woman or a fast widow or a girl for their taste. Like the houses behind an Irish street. No, but we're always to be chained up. You're not going to be chaining me up. No damn fear of that once I start, I tell you, for their stupid husband's jealousy. Why can't we all remain friends over it? Instead of quarreling. Her husband found out what they did together. Well, naturally. And if he did, can he undo it? He's Coronado anyway, whatever he does. And then going to the other mad extreme about the wife and their tyrants. Now, of course, the man never even casts a second thought on the husband. Or the wife, either. It's the woman he wants, and he gets her. What else were we given all these desires for, I'd like to know? I can't help it if I'm still young, can I? It's a wonder I'm not an old shriveled hag before me time living with him. So cold. Never embracing me. Except sometimes when he's asleep. The wrong end of me. Not knowing, I suppose, who he has. Any man that should kiss a woman's bottom, I'd throw my hat at him. After that, he'd kiss anything unnatural. But we haven't one atom of any kind of expression in us. All the same, two lumps of lard before I'd ever do that to a man. Dirty brute. The mere thought is enough. I kiss the feet of you, senorita. Well, now, there's some sense in that. Didn't he kiss our hall door? Yes, he did. What a madman. Nobody understands his cracked ideas but me. Still, of course, a woman wants to be embraced 20 times a day almost to make her look young, no matter by who, so long as to love or be loved by somebody if the fellow you want isn't there. Sometimes, by the Lord God, I was thinking, would I go around back by the quays there, some dark evening where nobody'd know me, and I'd pick up a sailor off the sea. Oh, and not get a pin whose I was, only do it up there in a gate somewhere, or those wild-looking gypsies in Rathfarnham. They had their camp pitched near the Bloomfield Laundry to try and steal our things if they could. I only sent mine there a few times, just for the name, Model Laundry, sending me back over and over some old ones, odd stockings. That blackguard-looking fella with the fine eyes, peeling a switch, attack me in the dark, and ride me up against the wall without a word. A murder. many.
donkeys. Oh, slippered, how asleep in the bed. Fellas in the cloak, asleep in the shade on the steps. And the big wheels of the carts of the bulls. And the old castle, thousands of years old.
Yes. And those handsome moors, all in white and turbans, like kings, asking you to stone in their little bit of a shop and ronda, or with the welled windows of the posadas. Two glancing eyes, a lattice hid, for a lover to kiss for the iron, and the wine shops half open at night, and the castanets, and the night we missed the boat at Algeciras, the watchman going about serene with his lamp, and oh, the awful deep down torrent, oh, and the sea, the sea. Crimson sometimes with fire, and the glorious sunsets, and the fig trees in the Alameda Gardens, yes, and all the queer little streets, and the pink and blue and yellow houses, and the rose gardens, and the jessamine, and the geraniums, and the cactuses, and Gibraltar, as a girl, when I was flower of the mountain. Yes. When I put the rose in my hair, like the Andalusian girls used, or shall I wear red? Yes. And how he kissed me under the Moorish wall. And I thought, as for him as another. And then I asked him with my eyes to ask again. Yes. And then he asked me, would I? Yes. To say, my mountain flower. And first I put my arms around him, yes, and I drew him down to me so he could feel my breasts all perfume, yes. And his heart was going like mad. And yes, I said, yes, I will. Yes.